In this video, I just want to show you really quick about starting a session and ending a session, how you can run apps automatically the first time you start D7.2 on a computer and the last time you run D7 on a computer. So we'll just go to Main and Config and Custom Apps and then assign app/function to section. And I'm talking about these functions down here, the D7.2 start session and the D7.2 end session. So let's add some items to the start session, and you might be asking, well, what items would you want to run on a computer the first time you run D7 on it every time? Well, perhaps you're going to start with a diagnostic, and part of that diagnostic process might mean checking out startup applications, so you could add auto runs. Maybe you wanted to do a hard drive diagnostic. Perhaps you'd like to check the MBR really quick just to get an at-a-glance idea if you're going to be dealing with something major. Maybe you want to synchronize the time because synchronizing the time will assist you in other functions like Windows Update and ensure that like SSL in the browser is working properly, etc., etc. And you can throw essentially whatever you want to in here, and it can be an app or an internal function. I will let you know that even if these apps are configured to wait when the app is run in auto mode normally, these apps will not wait for termination with the exception of MBR check, so you want to run that last if you do run that. The reason why that it will wait for the app to terminate, meaning that D7 will not finish loading until MBR check is done. And MBR check is not done until you close the app. The reason for that is that it must wait on MBR check to finish before it can copy the log file that it creates. But that is just the one caveat. Everything else will run without waiting in the start session. So now let's move on to the end session and we'll find out what this is good for. End session, some people like to put some finishing touches on their computer. Let's see, we can install a custom desktop shortcut to your website. We can apply a custom browser homepage. You can even apply static DNS settings if you wanted to configure those and do that. Now, what this is going to do, the reason why I recommend doing items like this when on your end session is because if you're fighting a malware infection, it may be actively trying to change your homepage, for example. So that's going to change through the course of getting that infection removed. And once you have everything finally off the system and you're ready to end the session, that's when you want to make changes like this because they'll stick. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful to some of you. The start session and end session auto run sections are pretty powerful and they can be used for a lot of automated purposes. Look for more D7.2 internal functions in the future, and if you have any suggestions for them, especially for anything that'll fit into these two categories, let me know. I'd like to hear it. Thanks a lot for watching.